the Lizzo flute thing now, because like when this records video, there's like a 2-frame. It records it in different chunks of video, and then there's like a 2-frame like little blank spot between each chunk, and I just slide a picture of Lizzo in there. So I'm like subliminally, feeding people.
Right.
Feeding is the wrong word, I think, for
That's weird. The
woman like
fetish.
her.
Have you seen that?
No, wait. So it's like people just eating, and do you jerk
People wanna,
off to it?
I think it's a mixed thing. I think people want to feed fat women, and I think people want to be fed also.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Okay. There's people jerking off, just putting salami in like a fat girl's mouth.
Oh. Dude, your life must be amazing if that's what you get off to, right?
Yeah.
You just have to, all you have to do is go to a restaurant.
Yeah, but I think you want to be the one feeding.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a weird restaurant. They feed you the food in your mouth.
Yeah. And just like, oh, this is recording, right? Yeah, it is. Okay.
Oh, we've already got started?
Yeah, I
nice,
just started recording. I usually cut in somewhere, in the middle of like a thing.
Well, like with mine, it's like the first, like before we record, everybody's just shitting on other comics. And
Right,
then
yeah.
they're always like, I wasn't recording, was it? And then it would be so amazing to just blackmail everybody. Because people say the worst things right before a podcast.
Right.
Yeah, dude, we got to find out ways to make it in this industry.
Blackmail.
And
Yeah.
who does blackmail, really?
I mean, how would you know unless you'd actually been
Unless you've
blackmailed?
been blackmailed.
Yeah. So one of us has to do something terrible, see who blackmails us.
Yeah.
And we find out who's been blackmailing.
That's why you
Yeah.
need to, you just need to be okay with everything that comes out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is very hard.
It's very hard, but it's also dude, this is who we are.
Yeah. That's how I felt when I got fucking cornrows last weekend.
Yeah.
And-
Oh, dude. We need to talk about that.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you looked incredible. I don't know if you saw these pictures. I'll
Nah.
show you one.
So we go on this beach trip every year with my friends. I'm always like, I'm going to get cornrows. And then I never
Right.
do it. And this year for 6 months, I grew out my hair. I don't normally have hair this long, just for this weekend to get cornrows.
That's
I'll
hardcore,
throw
dude.
it
That's
up
like
on the
yeah.
green screen.
Yeah.
Dude, that's riffraff level.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because at first I was nervous doing it because I call up a couple places and they're like, what kind of cornrows do you want? And I'm like, I didn't know there's different kinds of cornrows. And the lady I found, shout out to Tim's Braids and Dreadlocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can throw that up. You can throw the link up.
Yeah. Definitely go there. And I had to take pictures, so it's just my super white face, smiling. You know what I mean? For the lady taking the thing.
Yeah, what kind of cornrows do you want? I want the kind that makes me look like I'm 2 months late on rent.
Right.
That one, yeah, I got you.
Well, the funny thing is, dude, I've talked to some people about this. I don't look like a white guy trying to be black. I look like just an off the rails white guy.
Yeah.
I see that,
It's
yeah.
really weird. I look like I have a pet iguana and I sell crystal meth in Daytona
Yeah.
Beach. It's a different vibe completely.
Right.
It is.
You've carved out your own identity of trash.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was nervous when she was doing it. I showed her a picture of Kenny Powers, in Eastbound and Down.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's going to take too long. I was like, all right, well, then I'll do 10. And she seemed about it. I don't know if she just wanted a tip, but she's like, you look handsome as hell. I'm like, all right, sweet.
She was just being super sarcastic.
Yeah, I have no idea. But,
Yeah.
dude, I walking out,
Yeah.
at first I was like, it hurts like crazy, by the way. It's one of the most painful experiences.
Oh,
I've had
because
in
they're
my
just
whole entire
pulling
life.
on your hair.
Yeah. And I was like, dude, am I about to cry getting cornrows? It's the least hard thing I can fucking do. But what was it? Yeah, I did it as a bit, and then I saw it, and I was like, holy fuck, I love the way this looks. I feel like a fucking badass.
Yeah.
And I almost left him in. And the funniest, we went to Publix, which is a grocery store in my hometown, and the first reaction we got was this old white guy who's he was stunned and I've never been stared down this hard in my life.
That's so funny.
He looked like he thought I was gonna rob him on the spot.
Right. Yeah.
And he went home to his wife. He's like, Barbara, that Publix is getting sketchy. We got to stop going there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think what's crazier than a guy with cornrows is a guy just acting completely normal with that haircut. Right?
Yes,
It's
yes.
just- yeah.
That thing too is I have a
Someone
very
just going
polite
about it.
voice.
Yeah.
So we were getting to liquor. I'm like, oh, thank you so much, man. Have a nice day. People were like, what?
Yeah. And you show up, they're just the Hennessy's over there.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I just want vodka.
I just want some gum.
Yeah. It's funny too because on a black dude, cornrows look classy and R&B and on a white guy, it just looks so wild.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say there is a lot to be said about a hairstyle as to who you think is gonna rob you.
100%.
A lot of the time, it's not the color of someone's skin.
It's the shape of their hair.
Did you wink at me when I said that?
No.
You think what I'm thinking?
Yeah. Like if someone has like a hair, like a flat top with like buzzed into like the shape of a gun, I'd be like, this guy's gonna take my money.
Yeah.
But if it's just like cornrows are like, I don't know. You're right. On a white guy, it just looks out of place.
Oh yeah, and also
you know?
I had 8-ball beads on the end of it.
Yeah.
And then I had like a chin strap beard, so one of the ones that's like just here.
Yeah, dude.
And I got these contacts that were cat eyes, but I couldn't fit them in.
Dude, what?
Yeah, they kept sliding off. It looked cool when they were in for a second, and then like I guess I didn't know how contacts work. They like shaped your eye,
Right.
Oh yeah.
so like it kept going like this, and then it would go sideways.
Right.
So I just had like
You just look like you were doing like an Asian thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. My pupils,
Except with
my
contacts.
pupils were Chinese. Just sideways dashes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like the most subtle form of racism, but also
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is like it's so funny because then when the beach town, nobody gives a fuck because there's like so many white people with cornrows. By the way, I'll tell you guys later. I was not even the craziest guy at that beach. I met the most insane person I met in my life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But it was
Wait,
funny
did you get like tan lines like down your head?
No, I managed to I sprayed it down all the
Oh, okay,
time.
good.
Yeah. It was funny too because I was at a restaurant going in the bathroom to get put sunblock on my head, and I'm just waiting for like a while to get in there. And I guess my 2 friends were in the bathroom doing cocaine. It's just funny because I'm just there with cornrows and like a giant thing of sunblock, and they're just like doing coke. But
How do you take out cornrows? You have to like start reading a book and they just unravel.
piece of shit. No, it was like
Start playing golf.
you
But
Yeah.
in 9th hole, it's just like back to normal.
when it comes
just a comb over.
yeah.
when it comes out, it looks crazy, dude. It's like very zigzaggy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I wasn't even the craziest guy at the beach. So like, there was this guy. We were at this restaurant, and there's this guy with no pants on,
Okay.
and we're like, this is weird. And
Wait, no pant like
T-shirt.
Just like
t-shirt, no pants.
no like underwear.
We
penis
found out
out,
later
yeah.
he's wearing a jock strap.
A jock strap?
Yes.
That's,
Jesus
yeah, dude.
Christ.
Oh, it's
I didn't
This
even
way-
like who would wear a jock strap who's not like a lineman in the NFL.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
insane. But at first we were like, this guy just doesn't have pants on, and he's got long white hair, and he's got a zebra headband. And I look in his headphones, he's just blasting white noise into his ears, which is just the most insane thing you could be doing. And so, like, one of our friends, or I think I started talking to him. I'm like, hey, why aren't you wearing pants? He's like, why the fuck do I have to wear pants? And he gets, like, furious. He's like, why are you asking? Who gives a fuck who's wearing pants? Why does it fucking matter? And we're like, okay. So we start talking to him a little bit. He's like this middle-aged, typical Florida, like, tan, gross, hot dog-looking guy. And he's short and fat, kind of Danny DeVito-ish. But he says his name's Frankie. He goes, yeah, basically, I manage, the band Candlebox? Do you know Candlebox?
No.
They did a song Far Behind, whatever. It's like a early 90s band, or late 90s band. He's like, yeah, and I manage 3 Doors Down. And we're like,
Oh, wow.
really?
Wow.
Yeah. And he doesn't at all, by the way. We looked this up. You can't find the name
Just an
Frank.
oddly specific line.
Oh, I know, right? You can't find the name Frank in 3 Doors Down anywhere on the internet. to get it.
Wow.
And he's going on about it. He's like, Candlebox was the Led Zeppelin of the 90s. And he's like screaming at the bar.
Wasn't Led Zeppelin the Led Zeppelin of the 90s? Or
Oh,
was
they
it-
didn't have any music in the 90s.
They're,
Oh,
like
okay.
70s, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Way to be off by 20 years.
Dude, all those old bands, I have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
But then he's talking about how much he like loves eating pussy. And he's like,
Of
man,
course.
I love eating.
dude, that type of guy always, every like conversation funnels into their love for eating bomb.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Every time.
yeah.
Without fail. Like, you can start with something, be like, the war in Ukraine, and like 20 minutes later, he's like, the key is you want to stick your tongue in.
Never bring those
It's
guys to a
running down my
parent-teacher
chin.
conference. Yeah.
Never.
And the best I asked him, I was like, do you like Bush? And he goes, no, Bush is the worst. We blew them out of the water. And he's talking about like the band Bush. Like, he can't wrap his head around the fact that like we're talking about pussy. And he's like, no. And he gets so into it. And then every time somebody asks him about the pants, he just goes off. And he's like, why the fuck do I need pants? It's just like a simple, it's like, sure, you're not wearing pants at a restaurant. And then to get furious at people for asking.
Society is why you need pants.
Yeah. And then he was just talking about, he's like, man, Candlebox, they fucking bury 3 Doors Down. Every time they open for them, they bury them. And then I'm like, I wonder, could you imagine this guy, like, you're trying to do a serious record deal, and this just a crazy guy just walks in with no pants on. And then we asked him how many pussies he's eaten. And he's like, I'm 69 years old, so I've eaten 74 pussies. And I'm like,
That's not that many.
much.
That's also like he said it like, well, obviously because my age is
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
69.
yeah.
Right.
74.
That's
you
like
start when you're
2
18.
pussies a year. That's
Yeah,
not that
right.
much pussy.
Yeah.
And then,
Assuming he's been eating pussy since he was like a baby.
yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
guess.
Which he would say he has.
Yeah. I came right out. I
Yeah.
smooched it on the way out.
yeah.
But dude, then we go to take. Oh, then he talks about how he's walked around the whole world. I'm like, that's crazy. He's like, what's your favorite country you've been to? He goes, no. I've taken enough steps that it equals walking around the whole world. I'm like, that's not the same thing at all. And then my friends, it's so fucking insane. And the look in this guy's eye, he's got those eyes that are just wide all the time.
Yes,
and his
yeah,
ankles
yeah.
are just ginormous.
Yeah, dude, he's probably listening to white noise to like drown out the schizophrenic
Yeah,
thoughts in
they're
his
just
head
so insane.
that are like, you should be wearing pants right now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
shut up, voice in my head.
That is also so funny to me that he's like a music aficionado, and then like you're like, oh yeah, what are you listening to? And he's just like, oh, whale noises. yo, new whale noises just dropped.
It's good for my digestion.
Yeah, it's also he's at the beach. It's funny listening to like sounds of the beach when you could just like go outside.
Right, you
Yeah,
just go
dude.
like this.
Yeah, but I think it was just straight white noise. And then
Wow.
we went to go take a picture with him, and we've known him for 5 minutes. He just grabs my friend's girlfriend's tits.
Oh,
Like,
my-
just right off the
man.
bat. And then I didn't know that they did that. They got a picture of it too, but I didn't know that happened. And so I just invited him to a pregame at our place.
Oh, my God.
And,
Do not, dude. Yeah.
We were one street over from the restaurant. He's like, "Yeah, I'll meet you guys there," and just did not meet us there. We're like, "This guy is so fucking crazy."
He's probably like, thank God he didn't mean
Oh my god! Because then right after we were walking back, she goes, "Yeah, he just grabbed my tits." I was like, "What?" Well, we probably shouldn't have given him our address. Then. And then the funniest day was like the next day was the day we were leaving because that was the third day, and the whole beach is just filled with like 17-year-olds with tits. That's just what the beach is. You know what I mean? It's like
17-year-olds with tits. So
Yeah.
17-year-old girl.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm not. I didn't put the tits. I didn't put the tits on the 17-year-old. It is
Yeah,
weird.
yeah,
You're like
yeah.
that doesn't belong there. That's not who put that there.
Yeah.
17-year-olds with bullseyes.
Yeah.
exactly.
Someone
As I like to
should
say.
But
tell.
we're like this is a bad place for Frankie.
Yeah.
You know, like this
Right.
is a danger.
Someone should tell God about the age of consent.
Yeah.
You know? It's like he doesn't seem to have any
Yeah,
fucking
yeah. He doesn't
idea.
seem to care. Yeah.
He's like, oh, 14, give him tits.
Yeah.
Let's make this an
Fuck
awkward.
it, I'm drunk.
Let's make this an awkward family reunion.
And your brain is so confused because like you're like hungover at the beach and you're looking. You're like, oh, because you're looking down up. You see like a butt and boobs, and then you see a face, and you're like, oh no, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, what was going on there?
Yeah, then you see the Hello Kitty backpack.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm a pedophile.
Then you see the stroller. And then
Shit. I'm a pedophile.
this whole time I thought she was in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
I'm looking closer. It's a stroller.
Dude, yeah. It's so crazy that so you were in how long were you in Florida total?
I guess 4 days. We were at the beach for 3 days though.
So you got cornrows day one. Like you landed.
No. We landed midnight, and I didn't really drink, but my buddy got fucking wasted on the airplane. We're watching, you know those History Channel things where you they're like fact or fiction or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
kinda.
like they're trying to
Debunk,
debunk
like,
myths.
yeah.
Yeah, and there's a wolf, and my buddy just got shit faced on the airplane. He goes, "Hey man," he like didn't know how loud he's being. He's like, "Hey man, dire wolves are huge. Do you know what those are?" I'm like, "You can't just be screaming on an airplane about fucking wolves." But yeah, we landed, and then the next morning was when I went to go get the cornrows. And I was nervous, dude, because I was like, "This is just gonna be fucking awkward."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because obviously I'm white. Me being white wasn't mentioned once the whole time.
No,
No.
I'm
dude.
sure she didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I don't see color.
the funny part was like waiting though, because there's like another black woman about to get her hair done. I said another. There's another besides the one braiding my hair. Not
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not a black woman, but
What?
and she was like running. Like I was making her late for her next appointment. So like
Oh
she,
shit.
yeah.
So she was like looking at you like you were wasting her time.
Yeah. No, I don't think she was, but I think the woman after me is like,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
But she's
It's
also in Florida, so it's like that. This probably isn't unusual for her, right?
Oh no! And on the
Yeah.
marketing, on their flyer, they had a picture of a white guy with dreads.
Oh,
so I'm
that's
like,
okay.
okay,
Oh,
this
so
place
yeah.
is acceptable.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
also a
You're
black-owned
their demo,
business, 'cause
yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
just be getting white.
A
corn.
bob, as I call it.
Black-owned business.
I meant like a white guy with dreads.
Yeah, you're
yeah.
technically more progressive by getting them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Forget the whole appropriation thing.
No. I genuinely like. I it's the best decision of my whole entire life. It
Yeah,
was
dude,
so much fucking
I
fun.
loved it, and you have great photographs.
Oh my
out
god, the
of
best
it.
is me and the gun.
Yeah.
My buddy, I'm just like hungover looking at the table. I'm like, whose fucking gun is this? Like
Yeah.
trying to piece the night together. And then
Whose gun is
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Is that what was in the jock strap the whole time?
Yeah. And so I took these like fucking Grand Theft Auto like pictures. The funniest was the Airbnb. So we cleaned everything out. We spent hours doing it, and then we realized we didn't have the key. And I haven't seen the key since like the first fucking day.
Yeah.
I'm like, somebody told me my buddy MJ had the key, and then I just let that go. I'm like, MJ has the key, and MJ's like, I don't have the fucking key. And obviously, it's got a bottle opener. People are using it for cocaine. Like,
Yeah.
The key's been fucking passed around so much.
For sure.
And 5 minutes before checking out the Airbnb, we realized we don't even have the key. So we have to call the woman over there. And my ears are bleeding from ear piercings because I also got my ears pierced. And they weren't bleeding.
You
It would be
basically
insane if you drew the line at ear piercing.
Yeah.
you basically did what like a white girl does when she goes to the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Like, when there's like a girl who has like an 1800
Yeah.
SAT
You
score.
have it with a horrible tan.
just
Just orange.
sunburnt
Yeah.
and like the braids with the beads in it and
Yeah,
stuff.
and my ears are like bleeding because I got so active on the dance floor. I mean, that's the only way I could have guessed that happened because they were fine when I put them in. But so my ears are bleeding. I have cornrows in, and I'm just talking to the Airbnb host. I'm just like, I'm so sorry. We lost the keys.
It's been a long weekend.
Yeah.
She's like, this happens every fucking week.
Oh yeah,
dude.
no. She literally goes. This happens all the time. She goes, last week somebody put their head through the drywall. And I'm like, all right.
God.
And what was it too? It was like so funny too because in my mind, I'm like hungover, so my thoughts are just going to the worst place.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, if we can't find the keys, they're gonna charge us for the next person's stay because they can't get into the Airbnb, which is insane.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
yelling at my friend. I'm like, we're gonna get charged thousands of dollars. And then
Realistically, they're like, we have a spare.
Yeah.
It'll be
Yeah.
$25.
Got a
yeah.
closet.
But I've also got like, dude, with Airbnbs, we've had some issues. Like,
Yeah. They can be a real problem. Like
Yeah.
a lot of, first of all, every time you go to an Airbnb, it's like there's always like one thing about it that's just like not what you expect at all.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Like one time we stayed there was this place at in Burlington, Vermont. We went to see a music festival, and it was like 6 of us, and they're like, yeah, there's like 3 beds, like separate beds, like whatever. And we're like, oh sweet. So we all thought we'd have like our own room, and they're
Right.
just like 3 full-size beds like right next to each other in the same room. So it's just like 6 of us all sleeping like in the same room.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it's like impossible to sleep. I don't know how they do that in like war and stuff. You know?
Oh, it's insane, yeah. Well, it's also dude, the funniest is when they go. They're always like, this room sleeps 7 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then there's like, you look closer and it's like 3 beds, and you're like, all right, there's like 3 people in each bed, and then there's like somebody on the couch. and,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
all this. They're like, this isn't really sleeping that many people.
No.
I went to Harrisburg like a month ago, and I was like in an Airbnb for like just the night, and I like the way it looked in the pictures was just like it looked like a solid room, just like a 1-bedroom in like a big house. I got there. There were like stuffed animals on the bed. It was like pink walls. I was like,
Just some
I'm in
girls.
a girls like a
Dude, you
ch-
got
child.
Bo is afraid.
Yeah, I got fucking. I haven't seen that movie, but does he jack off the whole night? Does he not get a wink of sleep?
Just staring a
Yeah,
stuffed
staring-
elephant in the
yeah.
eye.
Dude, that shit's
I'm gonna name you Humpy.
that's just terrifying. Like my girlfriend, her dad's place. There's like a guest room that I'll sleep in, and literally just dolls everywhere.
Oh
And I'm
god.
like, who the fuck can sleep in this?
I
It's
know,
terrifying.
It's
dude.
fucking nuts.
My grandma has that, but with roosters. She just has like 100 roosters in her
Yeah.
like house.
Somebody
Just-
needs to diagnose. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I think like you get to a certain age and you're just like, this is the thing I like, and then
Yeah.
you collect that thing.
Yeah.
My grandma was the same way with clocks. There were just like a shit ton of clocks in like one bedroom. And,
Yeah.
Like me and my dad were sleeping in like 2 separate beds in that room.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's probably
And he was just like, these clocks, they won't shut up. And I was like, we can just take the batteries out. And
Yeah,
he was like,
yeah.
no, it's too much work. And I
It's
was
a
like, are you
lot.
serious, dude? Like, we're just going to sleep with ticking clock?
Dude, a clock that like chimes at the hour
Yeah.
it's got to be the worst thing that's ever. Like, I understand it was important, like way back in the day when like
Yeah.
you went off like the sun for what time it is, you know. But like
In the
some
60s.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But people go with like a grandfather clock. Like there's one. My aunt and uncle have one that every 15 minutes it does like a dan 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 dan.
Oh my
It's like,
God, that's
dude,
insane.
fucking
it just
terrible.
reminds you that you're like dying.
Yeah,
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 That's
yeah.
all it reminds you of.
It's probably great though. I was thinking about that. The collecting as an old person. It's like I think when you get to a certain age, you've experienced so much pain and suffering, and like maybe you killed a man in war, and like what better way to distract that than just like collecting like little trinkets? You know what I mean? Like that's probably the only way that you
For
can
every man I kill,
Yeah.
I'm gonna collect a little doll.
yeah. You know what I mean? It's like you probably been through so much shit, especially like an old person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like rape wasn't illegal until I mean I don't know when it was illegal, but it was.
I think it was, but I think it was like it was
like
not
brown.
as.
It was like smoking.
It's just the line of what rape was has changed.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
The word rape has always been wrong, but like rape back in the day was like, well, did you like hit her over the head with
Yeah,
something and
yeah,
knock
yeah,
her
yeah,
out?
yeah,
No,
yeah.
then it's her fault.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's how it always was.
Murder and rape were interchangeable.
It
back
was
in the
literally
day,
based
yeah.
on how hot the woman was.
Yeah.
It's like it was-
There's no way you had sex with her consensually.
Unless it was like a black guy that had sex with a white woman, then they're like, "This is rape.
This
is
They're
rape,
like, This
yeah.
is the rapiest rape that there has ever been."
Yeah.
for sure. Oh man, dude, I saw. I don't know if you guys have been following this like Disney stuff that's going on.
No, I'm from Florida. Does that anything to do with that, DeSantis?
Yeah, so basically, like the state of Florida and Disney are at war over like I guess property tax. They want them to pay like property tax and all because Disney is like a church, you know.
Yeah.
It runs Florida basically.
Yeah.
And like DeSantis is like cracking down on them, but it's really funny because like Disney's responses to that are just like they just keep making characters gay as a response. So they're doing it to like Florida conservative. Like they just had one of the people that works at the park was supposed to be the fairy godmother. And it was just this guy with a mustache
like a
being
real
like,
fairy.
"Welcome to the pumpkin." And everyone's like, "This is so unacceptable." You know? And it's just funny imagining like Florida being like, "All right," and like now you're gonna have to pay taxes, and they're like, "Fine." Looks like Tinkerbell's getting a cock. Like, no. We'll give you whatever you want. It's just a guy like drawing a cock.
Yeah.
It's getting bigger. Dude, it's so funny that like that's what's going on.
Dude, it's so stupid because it's also like
Yeah.
he could win if he wasn't such like a child with that stuff.
I
He's just
know.
like, yeah, whatever, be gay is like whatever. It would have been. He can move forward because
Yeah.
you're going down to their level.
Yes.
Right.
Because I think like the left did that whole thing where they're like, oh, we're gonna get really upset with when fun white guys want to get cornrows. You know?
Yeah.
That was their whole thing.
Right.
When a couple cool guys want to go to the beach and have a good time, but but like so then when you start getting upset, you're doing the same shit that
Yeah.
they're doing. Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, it is. It's weird that, dude. How many people even really care? I know Alan cares about gay marriage, but who else? Nobody really gives a shit.
Well, my favorite thing is I have a friend. He goes, dude, I'm not homophobic. I just don't want my kid to be gay. I was like,
Right,
that is
yeah.
homophobic.
I'm just paralyzed in
exact-
fear at the concept of my
yeah.
kid.
Yeah.
I'm just violently afraid of gay people, but I'm not homophobic.
But that's the thing. They think that there's this weird, like, it's just like I've always said, just raise your fucking kid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, spend time
Yeah.
with your kid, make him homophobic yourself. You know,
Yeah.
teach him your values.
Yeah.
And
Right.
you don't have to, like, be concerned that he's going to go to Disney and just all of a sudden start sucking cock. left
Yeah.
and right.
If you,
I think if you're really concerned about your kid being gay, like, maybe try raising him gay because kids are gonna rebel, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe be like, fuck you, dad, I'm straight.
just walk in the room. Hey, son, your cock's looking nice.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah,
what?
throw on RuPaul Drag Race. Get one of those VR headsets, duct tape it to his head.
Yeah.
And then I promise you, he'll
Yeah.
be eating pussy within a week.
Yeah, you accidentally indoctrinate him.
Yeah.
Fuck. This backfired. Is Winnie the Pooh androgynous?
What does androgynous mean?
Well, like no
Just
gender.
like
That's a
no
good point.
gender.
Well, because there's no pants and there's
Yeah.
no genitals.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if you're gonna I don't know, queer code these Disney characters, he would be the first one, or
Yeah.
they would be the first one.
Yeah. Definitely Winnie the Pooh
Right?
would be a they.
Yeah, he's definitely trans.
He's definitely trans, right?
Yeah. Oh bother. Have you seen my penis, Christopher? Oh bother.
everyone in Winnie the Pooh is trans.
Yeah.
Oh,
Honestly, Eeyore, dude.
Eeyore, yeah. Well,
He lost a dick.
Eeyore's in the closet. That's why he's fucking.
That's
Yeah.
a dick taped to his ass or whatever.
Dude, he literally lives in a pile of sticks.
Yeah.
What's another word for a pile of sticks?
Oh, we know.
Eeyore.
A bundle.
The weirdest is that you ever see those make they're trying to do the horror movies of like the kids movies.
Yeah.
They're like weird shorts. I don't know. They're like
Yeah.
not real actual feature
Yeah.
length films. I don't think.
Oh,
I saw Calvin and Hobbes one that was pretty hardcore.
Wait,
Calvin and Hobbes.
I mean,
has
they
one?
did like a horror version of. Oh no, I know what you're talking about. They
no,
made, like,
Calvin and Hobbes was the
That was the
Fast and
tiger.
Furious movie, right?
Calvin and Hobbes.
picturing you
and
being terrified the whole movie. Like, he's gonna die. This is terrifying. What if he dies? Not Vin Diesel. What are we gonna do if he dies?
Dude, do you know how much better the Fast and Furious movies would be if Vin Diesel just died?
He could.
He's like the anchor holding that series down into a piece of shit. Because dude, every actor in it is great, dude. Ludacris is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Rock,
yeah.
Jason Statham, John Cena.
John
They're all
Cena.
fucking killer. Now Momoa's in it, and then
Yeah.
it cuts to Vin Diesel, and he's like, I'm happy. It's like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Family.
All the
Yeah.
star power that's like featured in that movie is just like supporting cast.
Yeah.
And then you just have this like big ball guy with no acting ability
Yeah.
who's just like the
Who's
face of the
head.
franchise.
Yeah, he's the face of it. And he also just clearly wants to fuck all the guys in that movie, too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're my brother. Give me a kiss.
Dude, I dressed up as him. We went to go see like the Triple X movie. They made like a the second one was Ice Cube. The first one was Vin Diesel. The second was Ice Cube, and the third one was like the return of Vin Diesel, basically. And so we went and all wore bald caps to the movie, and it's so funny people aren't even fazed by things.
No.
They're like, come on, this is fun. Just have a good time. They're like, I work at a movie theater. I'm going to kill myself tomorrow.
I love to imagine all your bits are just like hair related. Yeah. It's like, this week I'm getting an afro.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the Jewish curls next.
Yeah, it is the most commitment to a bit you can have, you know?
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
It's very Eric Andre-esque.
Yeah.
I got like to see a free screening of Fast 9, I think.
Was it scary?
Is that the one that's coming out?
I just love the idea of a guy thinking that action movies are horror movies.
Yeah. Anytime a car is shown.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
I better be electric. Just like worrying about the climate.
But
it
The
was
carbon footprint from
I
this
got
film.
like I got super stoned, and my like you know when like you get super high and then like whatever plan you had changes like immediately after. Like a friend texted me right after, was like, "Dude, I can't make it," and I was like, "Fuck."
Oh, you went alone?
So I just went alone, super high, and I'm just sitting in the theater, and it's like an early screening. I
Right.
don't even know how I got into this, but like everyone there was so like a huge fan of the Fast and Furious.
So
and
they were
I-
all brutally retarded.
brutally
Yeah.
retarded, dude. And I had never seen a single one of the movies. So like I sat down and I was like, okay, like here we go. And dude, as soon as it starts, like and they start talking, I just start dying of laughter in the audience. And I'm like, every time I laugh, I like look around and I'm the only everyone else is like just dialed into this show, this movie. I'm like, oh my God, I totally fucked up. But it is so funny, dude, because it all means nothing. It's all
Yeah,
just
dude.
like they just want to get to the cars. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
every their dialogue is literally a vehicle to get to the vehicles.
Yeah.
They're like, we got to show us driving off a fucking cliff and having it picked
Right.
up by an airplane. And
Yeah.
like,
Dude, what was it?
If you-
They had those offshoot ones. Like Tokyo Drift wasn't like the main one, right? It was kind of like the American Pie sequels, where there's like
Right.
American Pie,
Yeah.
Stifler's Revenge.
Yeah,
or
that was,
something
that
like
was I think that was like one of the few that didn't have Vin Diesel in it.
Yeah,
And I
and
think that might be like my favorite.
my favorite
Yeah.
was that the one at the beginning. This girl is like, she's like boyfriends with one guy, and she goes, "I'm gonna go with whoever wins." the
Yeah,
race."
right.
It's like how
Yeah.
insane is that? You're all like,
Yeah,
you're gonna fuck the guy who could drive the fastest,
Yeah.
and one of them like flips their car or something like
yeah,
that.
way to make us all hate women now.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious.
It's also got that song and like the Tokyo Drift song.
Oh, that song rolls.
Yeah.
Don't Is it that one that's like?
It's got that like girl at the beginning. She's like,
I wonder if you know.
I like to think it's just like a white girl singing it in like an Asian.
We used to
I want to chop on down, chop on that one.
Yeah.
Dude, we used to have this. I was on the golf team in high school, and there was this one Asian kid on our team, and like we would always, every time he was like about to tee off, we'd just be like, "I wonder if you know what you're singing." He'd be like, "Guys, stop it right now!" No, he didn't talk like that at
had
all.
an accent.
Dude, I can't do any of them. Like the Japanese one seems easier because you just like
It's like,
Yeah.
but the Chinese one I can't even come close to.
yeah, it's a lot like, "Bao dao xing du gong bing."
That's the
Bing bong,
language,
bing
not
bang.
the
Yeah,
accent.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's
I've
just,
always thought-
that's what they're like the parents from Charlie Brown when they talk. Like,
I've always said this before. It's so funny that it's very offensive to speak somebody's language and not try to do the accent. But if
Yeah.
you're speaking
Right.
your own language, it's very offensive to do the accent.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if I was like in Spanish, I'd be like España.
Yeah.
But if I just start doing that regularly, people would be like,
Dude, I've been working on a Michelle Wolf impression. Do you know what she sounds like?
Yeah,
she got a very high voice.
screechy. Yeah.
Why do you think that's okay?
For,
It's not okay to talk like a Chinese guy. Pretty good, right?
Yeah, it kind of dilutes what you're saying as well. Like you can say anything with that voice.
Yeah. You don't need to say anything funny.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, she's one of those people that I have never I've seen her like she's very funny, but like where is she? What is she doing?
dude, I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
There was a time period where she was like, she just dropped a Netflix thing. She did the correspondence
Yeah.
dinner.
I know she
Yeah.
tours with Chappelle, I think.
Yeah. But
okay.
then I have no idea. Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
great point. Well, that always gives me hope because a lot of, which sounds weird, but a lot of people are like, oh man, like how many of these comics are really? It's like, well, there's all these people that are actually touring. You don't really think about it.
Yeah,
So in your
right,
mind,
right.
you're like, oh, who's made it? Who's doing this? You're like, oh, well, there's people that are doing
Yeah.
shows around the world, but you just don't even.
And then there's
Yeah.
Matt Rife.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Most
who
brilliant
lives
dude
on
of
my
all time.
phone.
Dude, we have to stand up against Matt Rife. As like young comedians.
As
young
a white guy with
comedians,
cornrows, I think I'd
young
beat him
comedians.
in his own game.
You have, dude.
Dude, he we watched this fucking special and it's so funny because he's going there and it's playing like these bitches love sauce and I'm like, how do you just not realize how much of a fucking
Fucking,
Dick fat.
yeah. Dude, it's insane. And then
but
like,
it's-
I
Dude,
watched
it's
this
annoying.
special and I was just like, oh fuck, I gotta get in shape. I was like, I can't believe this is the one reason I'm doing comedy.
yeah. My jawline, instead of punchlines, is my
Yeah.
jawlines.
Like,
Dude,
oh,
somebody-
shit, I'm fat.
Dude, but he's getting all of this support from like big comedians now.
who?
Like, dude, Big J Okerson fucking likes him. I just saw Gianmarco Ceresi was on stage with him. Like Tim Dillon likes him. All these people.
Yeah, I wonder
like
why Tim Dillon likes him.
Come here. Just run bitch in my room.
Oh, look, he's not funny, but
God,
he's
I'd
good
suck
to
his
look
cock.
at.
It is so funny too because I've just talked insane amounts of shit with him and I know how this works. Like, this is gonna be like the fucking.
It's gonna come back. We're gonna be fucked because Matt Rife is gonna be ruling the world.
Yeah.
But dude, this is why we have to do it. We have to stand because I know I know he's got what 9 bajillion people who love him,
Yeah.
but that leaves like 100,000 people like us. No. Every time I see someone, because it's like, dude, he is like the top dog in comedy right now.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
for people who don't like comedy,
Oh, for sure, yeah.
like for people who aren't funny, he is the guy.
By the way,
I
I
think,
just
like-
want to clarify this. I'm going to talk massive amounts of shit out of this.
Matt
guy.
Rife, I will
It is-
suck your cock dry.
This
for
is
sure.
all out of spite and bitterness, and none of this is coming from a positive place.
Yeah.
It's all coming from my
And he's
own.
definitely
Yeah, yeah.
better than me
But
at
fuck
comedy.
you.
I'm definitely a worse comedian. Than that. That I will accept, but I just, dude, it's just
What
something
did Big
about,
J
like,
say about him?
Big J's like, because I guess he hosted the like the adult video awards or whatever.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
yeah.
that
Because it's
checks
like,
out.
dude, everyone wants to see cum dripping down his face, you know?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that's
right,
like
right.
everyone's dream.
Yeah.
Man or woman or child. But like so he was hosting and I guess he did like a fine job and Big J's like, "Oh yeah, he was great, very funny, like whatever." And that's like all he had to say about it. But dude, like
I don't know. That's an endorsement.
yeah,
it's like
that's
you did
not-
a show with somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
but-
think he's just being polite.
But
yeah,
you
he's
would
like-
think on the Legion of Skanks podcast they would pull up Matt Rife's clips and be like, "This guy fucking sucks." Like when Nikki Glazer did that song about Bob Saget, they just destroyed her for it.
That was hilarious.
And like she's actually like a pretty funny comic too.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
so I don't know. It's just I don't like when that happened because he's just kind of like surpassed. There's like a level when you start getting popular, you get to a certain point where then
Where
it's like
he's
now you're
untouchable.
open.
Yeah.
But then you're open to criticism. But he like skipped that.
Yeah.
And he's not gonna get me too because he's fucking. Everyone's gonna be like, really?
Who's
Yeah.
gonna say
Really?
no?
He doesn't need. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Really?
Yeah. So where's his chink in the armor,
Yeah.
dude? You know?
Unless he goes the Crystalia route. Where
Yeah,
he
but
just
I
like yeah.
think he's
but-
so much hotter that it's like.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's just talk about how cute boys are.
Yeah.
Cutest.
Crystal, I never thought Crystalia was like attractive. I thought he was fit. I thought he was super funny. I still think he's very
Yeah,
He
funny.
gets a lot of
sure.
shit, but it's like I think he's like he's very physical. And it is fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's just a different thing.
Dude, he's just a white guy, black comic.
Yeah.
Exactly. 100%.
Was that
yeah,
one
he-
special?
I think that was the name of his special. White guy, black comic. It's like, all right,
That's-
Chris.
I love when special names so accurately describe what you're gonna expect. It's just
Yeah.
It's also funny too with
racial
like
slurs.
you got to just surround yourself with a bunch of white people so you don't really hear the negative opinions on you doing things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be funny. Okay, sweet.
Yeah, he was probably like, hey, Theo, what should I do? Well, you're kind of like a black comic, but you're a white man. I don't know. Do it that way. You will. Like, all right.
That's got a rule to surround yourself around yes men.
Yeah.
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 100%.
Yeah.
Dude, that's how.
It took me a second.
If Matt
I'm a
Rife,
cerebral comic.
if Matt Rife is listening to this, dude, the way there's one way you can get all of our respect. You go on stage,
Kill yourself.
say that one 6-letter word.
Well, he already did though.
Did he?
Yeah, here's an old tweet of him saying the N-word.
Really?
Really?
He
Yeah, yeah.
drops N on
What do you-
stage.
What do you? No, in the tweet, which is worse.
Oh, that
because
is
it's
worse.
like-
But
Yeah,
he's doing fine. He's
Yeah,
Yeah.
because when you say it, that's just one action. You say it. When you type it, you have to type each letter, dude.
But
Right.
also, it's
Yeah.
always weird
And then you
because
have to hit
unless
send.
he's like one of those fucking 2 keys at a time guy.
Oh yeah.
But,
He's going
but
like
that
this.
means he like trained for it, you know.
It's like,
Yeah,
Siri, compose a tweet.
also I would argue
I'm
anybody
in
can.
traffic. Compose a tweet.
I think a tweet's different, but I could argue typing the N-word's not the same as saying it. Because like, if you type in a song name, which you do, that's not the same
Yeah.
thing as saying it out loud.
No, it's definitely not.
Well, I always type in Paris.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Just,
And then I follow it up with
Yeah.
You're so cool, Patty. I wish you were my dad.
Dude, I would love to vape. My throat just gets so fucked up
yeah.
every time I do.
You don't want to. You don't want to do one little.
No, I'm good, dude. I've been my allergies. I think I have AIDS. Like genuinely, I've been sick for so.
He
fucking
goes,
long.
my throat, my allergies. I think I have AIDS. Well, with that haircut, dude, it's not surprising.
Yeah,
when you,
yeah.
when you go cornrows, like
You're asking for it.
your antibodies like turn a blind eye. For a second. They're just willing.
Well, that was easy. He had cornrows, right? Or he had Jerry curls, and then
Yeah.
Right.
that's the thing. Is he
And
for
then
sure
AIDS.
just fucked dudes, right? Because it's
I
like so
guess.
hard for
Yeah.
men to catch AIDS from women.
well, no,
Yeah,
I mean
why
like
is
needles,
that?
right?
Why
Like,
is
I
that?
mean,
Needles, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
But I don't know if he had a history. Like if you're a black guy and you caught AIDS in the rap community, I feel like if you did it doing needles, you would express that so much. You'd be like,
Yeah.
I was doing heroin.
Yeah.
I was nothing gay.
Yeah.
Just heroin.
Yeah. They were AIDS-covered bullets. That
Yeah.
were shot by.
Like I feel like you make it very clear if you were doing that. But he was like, nah, man, got it from a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
And they're
And
just
then,
like,
like,
oh
so-
yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah. And like one doctor's like, actually, you can. He's like, just murdering every doctor who says he's gay.
Yeah.
What does that see?
More like
the new
more like
John-
NW gay.
Yeah. The newest John Wick movie, John Sick.
Just a guy with AIDS trying to kill every doctor.
I don't have sex with men.
Where's my gimp? You killed my gimp.
Do you guys want to break for a second while I get ready for this
Yeah.
news
Oh,
from
yeah,
bed
for sure.
segment?
Yeah, do
All
your
right.
thing.
This is a little segment. I like to call it. This
Why are you
is news from
Like-
bed. This is welcome to news from bed. I'm in bed. This is the news. A flying saucer was allegedly seen hovering over Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's Los Angeles home. Shortly after, it was seen flying away into the atmosphere since its search for intelligent life was unsuccessful. A little shot at the Queen there. Hershey Park has just debuted a new roller coaster where the first half is wood and the second half is steel. Riders are describing the experience as sex with your husband, followed by sex with a black guy while your husband takes a photo. That was a long one. The Barbie The Barbie movie used so much pink paint that there was actually an international shortage. Looks like the gender reveal videos this year are going to feature a lot of happy dads. I guess sad dads.
Yeah.
China has begun to drill a 10-kilometer deep hole in the Earth's crust. I'm not sure exactly why you'd need to dig a hole if you're already in China. In a recent interview, famous porn star Lisa Ann sat down with a reporter to break down her body of work. If you're unfamiliar with her body of work, it's the one full of cocks. A new study suggests that the shape of your brain may strongly influence your thoughts and behavior. That seems a little racist. For example, people with larger brain shapes tend to think more creatively, while people with smaller brains tend to vote Democrat. Matt Rife. Lastly, 83-year-old Al Pacino has just impregnated his 29-year-old girlfriend. Maybe I'm a hater, but at 83 years old, he's got to have more Down syndrome in his testicles than a McDonald's ball pit. This has been News from Bed. Good night.
I really like that McDonald's one. That was fun.
That was good.
Yeah, that was great.
Body of work.
Body of work, not bad. Dude, I'm getting worse at writing jokes. I'm getting worse. Can you just throw that on the ground over there?
Yeah. Is it, when are we back in?
Oh, we're back in.
Oh, we're back in?
Yeah, we're back in.
Dude, you mentioned Lisa Ann. You know, Lisa Ann had this thing where she said, I will fuck his 16-year-old if his parents sign a waiver saying that I could fuck him because there's certain states where you can do that. I'm like, that's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would
That's
she
the
do
coolest
that,
pedophile because she's like, I think it would be funny.
Yeah.
It would be funny. Your Honor, I thought it would be funny.
No, but it's like legal in like I think like Vegas or something like that. Could you imagine losing your virginity at 16 to Lisa Ann?
To Lisa Ann,
I would,
dude.
yeah.
Damn.
That's the best gift a father could give their son.
Dude,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Is she the GOAT?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes. But you know what's really funny? I knew this this guy. I hate saying I knew this guy because I don't want to say people's names. But this guy, he used to borrow his family's boat. Like they let him take his boat down and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And on his son's 16th birthday, he got him hookers. Like the dad got his son hookers. Yeah.
Did he tell him that they were hookers?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's so funny. His son's just like, I'm the fucking
Yeah.
man.
I can't believe it, boy. 3 milfs?
Wow.
You're a natural.
Wow,
dad.
tatted
The
up bitches who
fattest
smoke
kid.
cigarettes love me.
He's probably on the boat too. He's like, son, I got you some hookers. He's like, we got some hookers right here. Got your little tuna. All right, son. That's the worst joke ever.
Dude, it was
I loved it, dude. That's cool.
it was fucked up, dude. We were on the boat one time, and then the mom comes out with just a black eye and just starts yelling at us. And we're like, what's going on? Apparently, like, we weren't supposed to be on the boat. And then she's like, yeah, no, a wakeboard came down and hit me. We're like, 0%.
Yeah.
The guy who buys his son's hookers for sure beats his wife.
Yeah.
Dude, one time,
He threw a wakeboard in.
one time, my friend lives like on a creek in upstate New York, and we like took his like little boat out, and it was like his dad's boat, and we like took it out, but like we launched and then realized like there was no battery left in the fucking motor.
Oh,
So we're just floating out, and his dad comes out, and he's like, Dad, you gotta let us back on. And his dad just starts like shitting on us, like he's just like, look at you guys, when you're stoned, you can't even open your eyes. He starts going, and we're like laughing so hard, just drifting out like away from the bank. And dude, I started laughing so hard, I was in the captain's seat, dude. It just snaps in half, and I fall on my back. It's like, Jesus Christ, you fat It's like you breaking the seat, and dude, we're just dying of laughter. It was so funny, dude. Nautical humor, the best humor.
Oh,
would
it
you
is,
say?
dude. I fantasize on a daily basis about being back in Florida on a boat, and like it has to be on my own terms though. It's like I'm a successful comedian, but I still.
Oh, it's
somehow-
not like you're getting trafficked into the
Yeah.
Somalian,
You're not marooned.
Somalian regime. Yeah,
Dude, I have friends that just work construction, and then they just go out. They get off work at 3:00, and then just fucking drink on the boat all
Yeah.
day in the
It's
sun.
amazing.
Bang hot chicks, and then just go to sleep.
yeah. There is like something to be said about like not following your dreams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, for
You know?
sure, dude. Yeah.
No,
My
you
dad will
could-
take pictures of my friends in the lake and say, "This is what you're missing out on." He does it like often.
I mean, if you make I mean, if you make it in comedy, then you're just gonna end up doing the exact same thing, right? Like,
yeah.
Everyone like strives for a boat. That's like
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
final.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. We're just like we all
Dude,
want
and
to be on a
Carrot Top
boat.
lives on that lake, and we'll see him go out there, and I'm like, he's like that beacon of hope. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
if I could just be Carrot Top.
his
Yeah,
biggest
literally.
prop yet.
Yeah.
A fucking vessel.
He's literally
Also,
a beacon
Prop
too with this
propeller
red hair.
is short for prop is short for propeller. So.
Oh shit.
yeah.
He's a propeller comic.
Yeah. But, he had this like rainbow boat, and he goes out there in his
Of course.
thong.
Yeah.
Wow, Pride
Not
Month.
not gay though. Apparently, my whole life I was told Carrot Top is gay. Apparently, he's not gay.
He's
just
jacked.
He's just
Yeah.
fit.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he's
And it wears makeup and is very gay, but he's not gay. It's like he wears makeup, he does steroids.
he wears
Yeah.
makeup like every day
Yeah.
or like on stage.
Yeah, he has eyeliner.
Half of
Oh
his
my God.
like comedy revolves around penis-shaped objects and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
showcasing them to unassuming crowds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, when
The
he goes
gayest
running,
thing.
when he goes running, so much dick root.
Oh, yeah.
Like every time,
dude.
almost every time I go back home, I see Carrot Top and just dick
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
root.
That's
His
the root of the
name sounds
carrot,
like a
dude.
penis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Carrot
it's
Top,
literally
yeah.
carrots grow like roots straight into the ground.
That sounds like a rap like that. That redhead bitch give me head, call it Carrot Top.
Dude, I want to do freestyle rapping on this podcast.
Dude, you should. The one thing is, I tried doing it this weekend, so my black friends were trying to get me to like rap, and I
Yeah.
was like hammered, and it is so hard to rap when you're on the spot.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
when
yeah.
when I'm with my white friends, I could just whatever, have a
Yeah.
good time. But the second my friends are like,
Yeah,
let's
dude.
go, I'm like, oh, I can't.
My boy Elijah, who is probably watching this right now. Shout out Elijah. I give him a shout out like once every 2 or 3 episodes. Dude, he's like the best freestyle rapper I've ever heard.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
so
Yeah.
fucking good. And I have like a setup where I can do like headphones and shit.
Dude,
so we can
absolutely, you should do freestyle. That's
Yeah.
so fun.
That'd be sick.
Dude, like we used to freestyle together, and like I'm good for like I come out strong with a great line.
Right.
Like I always hit him with the great line, and then like
And then
I kind of
afterwards-
simmer off. But one time he still brings this up. One time I hit him with the line, "I pack punches like single moms pack lunches."
Oh, I
Oh,
like that.
Dude,
yeah,
isn't
yeah,
that fucking good?
Yeah, that rules.
Yeah, Matt Rife. Dude, I just pick fights with Matt Rife and Natalie Cuomo on this podcast. Like 2 very successful comedians.
It's so funny too because it's just attractive people.
It's just
Yeah.
attractive people.
It is so funny too because like if I was doing well,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even think about you know what I mean.
No,
Right,
no, no,
yeah.
no. He shouldn't think about this at all.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
he'll never see this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is true.
If he
right.
sees this, shame on him.
Yeah.
but I will
Yeah.
feel bad. Like
This
I like,
archive podcast 10
Yeah.
years from now from 3 comics who OD.
Yeah, if he's one of my if he's one of my 24 views on YouTube, that's like
Yeah,
kind of
dude.
upsetting. But that would be cool. But yeah, he was on a podcast with Whitney Cummings, and like, dude, if you like remove both of their hair, like their hair, they're just the same person. Like they have the same facial structure.
yeah, but
Their
she's got
bodies
fucking-
are insanely
Yeah, she's
different.
got those knockers. So
Yeah.
is that what you're gonna say?
No, I was
I was
gonna
saying,
say-
Matt Rife has that massive cock.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you
What if
think
he had the
he's-
smallest? But he had a micro penis.
There's
That'd
no
be-
way, dude.
I would love that.
There's no way God would soil a
Yeah, yeah.
perfect work of art like that.
No, they give. Yeah, God.
Do we hate him or do we love him?
Yeah. God kind of does that. Yeah, he's like, do we hate him or do we? Like, dude, I had a friend, fucking abs, like, just tan dude with abs, was like great at school, great at sports, stuff like that. And then we're like, all right, well, at least he probably doesn't have it. Of course, has a giant,
Giant,
penis,
dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Everyone wishes that. They're like, oh, he's got it all. He must have a tiny penis.
No.
Right.
Like same thing with people in like nice cars.
Yeah, right, I doubt. It's like
Right.
you
I
think
doubt
every
it.
single one of them has small penises. Yeah.
People are just like, yeah, he must be compensating. I'm just like, nah, I feel like if you have a big dick, that's like a motivator, right? You kind of have to.
It's like confidence. It's like
Yeah.
built-in
Yeah.
confidence.
But you also have to like build a life around yourself, where
So-
like having a big dick is worth it. You know.
Some people
Yeah,
are
just
shy
be-
about it though. Like I have a friend with a huge cock, and you'll tell me his big dick. He's like, all right, guys. Like it's like you're wishing somebody happy birthday. He's like, all right,
Come on.
thank you. But,
Yeah.
I have a friend called Nick, and he just like I don't care about shit saying his name. It's generic enough.
Yeah.
And like his main, I guess like his whole personality is the fact that he has a big penis, and he has like a raspy voice. So he's just like, yeah, I fucked a mid girl, but I got a big cock, so I took no effort. And I was like, what?
Dude, you go for it, dude. If you had a big old stanker down there, dude, you
Yeah.
gotta let the world know.
Exactly.
that's the best
Yeah.
Norm bit. He's like, everybody goes, well, you gotta know how to use it. As if a guy with a big cock would have no idea what he's doing. He's like, oh, I don't even know. How to
Yeah. This is a lot more complicated.
What Frankie's walked around all around this place, by the way. Just look at this globe.
It's funny that he's like, yeah, I walked around the world, but it's literally like
Yeah.
It's just up and down the boardwalk, like
Yeah.
looking for loose needles.
Dude, there's some country you never think about. Is that Namibia?
Namibia.
I've never even heard of that country.
No.
Huh.
I just kind of ignore everything. Like,
Yeah.
it's hard to imagine that there's like people like in China right now doing this.
Podcast.
Dude,
Yeah,
podcasting?
doing podcasting.
Yeah.
Oh, my drive, fucking.
They call
Miko
him-
Ren.
They call him Matt Life.
But you know what's weird to me thinking about this is just totally out of the blue, but it's so weird that everybody has had hangovers throughout history. Like picturing like King Tut hungover
know.
is the
Yeah.
weirdest. Just him like throwing up like I can't talk to anybody right now.
Well,
Yeah.
a lot of those people back in the day were just like constantly drinking.
Yeah,
So they
probably
and if you're
but
always drinking, you're never hungover.
Also, their
That's true.
alcohol was way weaker than ours.
I heard the wine was stronger.
Yeah.
Oh, the wine might. Oh, that's true, dude.
What did you hear?
Yeah,
was-
it's funny to think of like Jesus and his disciples just like sitting around the table being like, all right, who needs a fucking miracle today?
Yeah.
God damn it. Peter, can you fucking wash our feet or some shit? Like
Wait,
just
wasn't the
sitting
Last
around.
Supper the night before Jesus' crucifixion?
Yeah, but I'd
Imagine
imagine
hung over,
Yeah.
just getting crucified, just like
Yeah.
just throwing up on the
Yeah.
cross.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
where's
imagine-
Judas? I don't care. I don't know. Just
Did
let him
anyone
leave him
text you?
alone.
I forgot. I lost my phone. I didn't text them. Yeah, they definitely did like sit in that table multiple times before that night, though, right?
Before the picture?
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
they
yeah.
look pretty comfortable in that picture.
For sure.
Yeah.
That is like, dude, if I had to sit at a table, like a long table with Jesus in the middle of it, I'm like stuck at the end next to like fucking Bartholomew. I'm like, fuck this guy, dude. How many shillings? Yeah, put him on the cross, dude. I don't care.
Just like, yeah, Jesus and I are pretty tight.
Yeah, they always put the roast chicken right in front of him. I got fucking green beans and carrots over here. It's cold by the time it gets to me.
He's the most
so funny to think
annoying
about,
saint.
like, the outskirt. Like, there's probably a disciple where Jesus is like, what was his name?
yeah.
Because it's 12, dude. It's like
he's like, who's that? fucking
nobody
guy?"
should. That's his biggest. He rolled with too big of a pack, dude.
Yeah.
You need like a tight knit group of like 4 or 5 guys.
You're like a
Yeah.
Facebook quote right now from like a hood
Yeah.
guy. Like, I keep my circle small.
exactly, dude. That's what
So no one
happens. You get
betrays
some
me.
weak links on the outside.
yeah,
Start
that's a
getting
good
some
point.
other ideas, dude. Also, he needed more women in his group
He had one,
because
right?
they would have
Yeah.
been. They would have picked up on some gossip.
Right.
Like dudes aren't gossiping. They're not like sharing secrets the
Yeah.
same way women are.
or
I
some
should-
or some
I
gay
should-
guys.
Yeah. Well, there were definitely a few of those, dude. You
Yeah.
can't have 12 men statistically.
None of
For
them.
sure,
And have
yeah.
none of them. I'll wash the feet again. No.
Was Jesus gay?
That's like the big question. 'cause
Right.
he
I'm not the
was,
first guy to ask that, I'm sure.
Right.
That is a big question.
Because he never impregnated
The
a
whole
woman.
basis of like celibacy and Christianity is just
Yeah.
around a guy just not wanting to have sex with women.
Yeah.
He did
Because
have
he-
gay.
It's actually
he had
morally
gay
right
body.
for me to not have sex with women.
Yeah, he did have gay body. He had Matt Rife body.
He did, yeah. Matt, let's put Matt Rife on the cross, dude.
This escalates so much.
yeah.
But I'm wondering, like, because, like, okay, priests don't have sex because they're like saving themselves for God. But did Jesus ever express that, or was he just like, because like at that time the Bible is very much like be fruitful and multiply. So what was Jesus' excuse for not getting pussy?
I I think for him, well, wasn't it like a marriage thing? I think for him it was like he knew his prophecy.
Okay. Oh, you know he went to Asia?
Jesus?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
that's like a rumor that like second time round he just like lived in India for the rest of his life.
He was
Oh, I
just
haven't
get-
heard that. That's interesting.
He was getting lady
Yeah.
boys.
Well, he just like he lived in just like Indian
Thailand.
14. Yeah. Well, they have ladyboys in India, I think.
Really?
I don't know.
I read The Kite Runner. You read that book?
No.
Yeah,
That was the thing where like, what country was that?
India, Pakistan.
Pakistan. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
In Pakistan, they have like the big bully was like this like criminal warlord who just had
Yeah.
little boys in dresses that he would fuck.
Yeah.
Which
Wow.
is just so wild. That
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, I'm the fucking thug. And then it's just like a little boy. He's like, these are my
That's so
pictures.
funny that was like a status thing back in the day.
Right, DIY women.
And they're like, I just started my own business. And they're like, well, I just had fucking sex with a 12-year-old boy. So
Yeah.
who's winning right now in ancient Rome?
But you're saying there's a rumor that he was in India.
Yeah, it's crazy because like there's a rumor that like after he was resurrected, I guess like for the last couple of years of his life, or maybe like I don't know when he was in his 40s or something, he just like went to India and just like chilled there in like the mountains. And like one time I went to India in like the 6th grade and I was with like an uncle and he was just like, guys, I think like we're in the town where Jesus is buried.
Like what?
And then like my entire family was just like, nah, we're not gonna go see that. And he's like, Surya, you want to come? And I was like, yeah, sure. So then we went to this like dingy marketplace, like in the middle of nowhere, and there was this like weird tomb, like this weird like Molosseum that was like really small. It was like a shack pretty much, but there was like a glass box through the window, and he was just like, that's it, that's Jesus Christ. And then this prison guard or this like guard came around the corner, and he was just like, what are you guys doing? And he was just like, I know who's in there, and he's just like, it's not Jesus. If that's what you think. And he was like, are you sure? And he was like, yeah, dude, you're like the
Yeah.
5th guy this week.
Yeah.
The 5th crazy guy.
That's Abdul in there. That's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
That's pretty great, dude. Have you been to India?
Yeah. That was just my
was just
story,
what you
dude.
said. You fucking idiot.
What the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
Cut that out. This is my note to my producer.
Where do you think the story was? Like, do you
don't
think
know
this was
why.
in Michigan, dude?
One thing I heard, Ryan O'Toole got
Ugh.
back from there. He said there was like, he saw a lot of like abandoned babies in India.
Yeah.
Is that a thing or is that just
Yeah,
his experience?
I think that might just be his experience. Because, yeah, they're like babies who live in slums and stuff, but I don't think they're any just like, yeah,
They're not
like
just like
orphan
loose.
babies just like, yeah, loose on the street.
yeah, yeah. He was saying
Yeah,
it
up
like
for
it,
grabs.
yeah. He was saying it like it was something that you just see often.
Dude, Ryan
Yeah.
O'Toole, like, in India is
It's
just,
the
like,
funniest
I know,
thought in the
because,
world.
yeah, there's so many people
That's like
in
a
India.
Mr. Bean movie waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, "Ah, what the
I slept on a banana peel. Shit.
Why are you wearing shoes? Put some shoes on.
But like he said, he went to a village, and I was just like, that's for a lot of those people. That's like the first white person they're seeing,
Yeah.
and they're just like, they sound like that. They fucking talk like
yeah.
that.
They're the ones winning
Yeah.
right now. Yeah.
What the fuck? No clean water. What's that about?
Yeah, just wearing a wife beater.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, he's an interesting guy.
Oh,
Ryan.
my favorite is the first time I met him. So,
Yeah.
if you don't know-
Ryan O'Toole, like,
has he been on the podcast?
No, I gotta
Yeah.
get him on.
Great guest. So he's from Southie, very from Southie.
yeah.
And first time I met him, he was selling coat hangers. He was going into different.
The old Boston abortion clinic.
Yeah. He was going into places, be like, "Hey, y'all want fucking coat hangers?" And they're like, "No." And I
Yeah,
was-
he's always selling like loose objects.
but he's made it. He used to sell Metro cards one time, but he's made it happen. Like,
Yeah.
he's made.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
dude.
sure he lives in like a nice part of the Upper East Side. It's,
Yeah,
like, really
he's
fine.
he's slinging it. He was
Yeah.
also married at a time.
Yeah,
Was he? Oh, I didn't know.
I knew him when he was
Yeah.
married. Yeah, he was married to a woman from Spain.
That's so funny.
Yeah, during COVID, he was in Spain in like a mansion. He was in this like super rich mansion, like working out, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, I'm in fucking Spain right now." I'm like, "You're fucking-" I'm like, Jesus.
Oh, dude, when there's people like that, I'm like, oh, I'll never make it in comedy
Oh,
Yeah.
so funny.
because I have no perspective at all.
My
Yeah.
favorite is him hosting.
Yeah.
He's actually really good at it. But
Oh,
he
really?
goes and yells at them and like gets them like because he like some people can like snap on an audience and it's not funny, but he snaps on them and they laugh like it.
Yeah,
they-
yeah.
It's like they.
Something about an angry guy from Boston.
It's always
Just
funny.
like
yeah.
warms my heart.
I think the audience
Yeah.
is like, well, at least I'm not that guy. Like, that's a relief. That relief leads to like laughter.
Dude, yeah, and it's also like, no, he's very funny.
It's funny. That's also, I know this has been said before, but that's like where the best schools in the world are too.
Oh yeah.
And there's just people
Yeah.
like walking past, like fucking Harvard pieces of shit.
Yeah.
And there's people in there like dissecting like aliens, like
Well, that's what
learning.
they do.
Like,
Comedy is weird because you'd assume that like they'd be like, who gives a shit kind of crap. But, like,
Yeah.
no, dude, I've bombed hard there before.
yeah,
Really,
it's
yeah.
it's probably the same as like New York.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Right.
Because like the educated like Harvard whatever like academic class,
Pussy losers.
that's like
Yeah.
Bushwick.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And then like the hardo, that's like the FIDI is the Boston guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're just like, dude, I just want you to talk about pussy.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Bushwick's more like liberal arts
Yeah.
majors from like small colleges and
Yeah.
with no fucking perspective and
Yeah.
world experience. And
It's just like it's almost like they're waiting for you to say something
Yeah.
that they disagree with.
right.
But I
They're
also,
kind of tepidly.
I'm also too guilty though of like looking at a Brooklyn audience. It's like these people won't even get me. Like
Yeah.
I haven't even
Right.
met them.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'm like, look at them
And
with their
sometimes
fucking
they're
hipster attitudes.
fine,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Now I'm the dick because I'm like, look at them with their blue hair. I'm like, that's just a really nice person.
yeah.
Sometimes if I do bad in front of like the Bushwick crowd, I'll like go off stage and I'll say to myself, "What the fuck? Like, don't they know that I'm a POC?"
That is hilarious.
That is the funniest thing. If like you're like nice white audience,
Yeah,
like look at
here
me,
we
you
go.
roll up and then
Time-
just
time to-
bomb.
time to milk my card.
Yeah. Who am I? Where is my audience?
Dude, that was the funniest. I did like a Chinese show like a month ago where it was like the pair. I'll do show running for them. So like they were running like I guess the week before it was only in Mandarin, and this week they were doing it in English. So I helped them set up the show and just like fix the lights and the music and stuff like that. And I got to do a spot. And I have never pandered harder in my life. And it's been like, I'm a dumb fat white guy. Look at me. And like, oh, you funny. And then I just looked in the mirror afterwards. I'm like, God damn it. Come on.
Yeah.
You can't stoop that low that you're just like, ah.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I've heard that with like comics who do like black rooms. But
Oh,
never,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Chinese.
Yeah,
comics.
yeah. Well, it's also funny too because like I don't really care. I'm not like it's like I'll always make fun of myself, but I just wish I did other jokes as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Instead of just talking about how I'm a dumb idiot.
Yeah, you want to be the hard thing about comedy is you want to be the guy that like everyone likes,
Yeah.
and that's just impossible.
For sure, yeah. And there's the aspect of like taking yourself too seriously too, because I'm definitely not one of those people. I'm like I am like a dumb fat white. You know what I mean? I'm not like
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people that's like, no, I have to. The laughs have to be on my terms. You know,
Yeah.
they have to laugh because
Yeah.
I'm brilliant.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
no. But also, it's like, I could have done those other jokes that I wanted to work on instead of
Yeah.
just doing that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, pretty soon, dude, it'll all be just AI doing our.
I don't think
I don't
so.
think so.
You don't think
You're-
so?
I've tried to cheat and get Chat GPT to write me a set, and immediately I'm just like, what am I doing? This is horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, they suck. They'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
look, it wrote a Hedberg joke. And it's like, not that funny.
Yeah. But it'll get better, dude.
I don't think so.
Or comedy will get worse.
Yeah, you actually, I'm pretty sure you could train a machine learning algorithm to like learn a simple setup punchline. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
a punchline can be a diversion or it can be a fucking act out. Bam, go at it, computer.
yeah. But like to the level of like, you know what I mean? Like it's not gonna write some like because like all the little intricacies of a joke they make it
Yeah.
like, really good.
Yeah.
Like they could do my level of you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they could do
right.
us.
Yeah, they could do open mic level comedy
For sure, yeah.
sure,
But it's
yeah.
like they're not gonna be able to do that thing where you're like, that's crazy.
That'd be funny if you're like, write me the funniest joke and just like, you just hit enter and just like the N word. Damn it, Chat GPT.
Loophole.
What is the funniest thing on the planet? Calling someone a fag.
That was funny too. One of my friends was on mushrooms recently, and he called me a faggot on mushrooms, which is so funny because I was like, "Mushrooms is your most enlightened state."
Yeah.
Was I talking to you about this before?
Yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah.
Even your most enlightened state, the Buddha is just like, no, it is funny. Call me.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's why Buddha was laughing. Someone just called him a fag.
People just calling him fag. No one's taking advice. They just go up to him one by
Yeah.
one and call him a fag.
That is like the ultimate. Like, if you're unsure about something, like whether or not it's like acceptable or like your heart believes in it, take mushrooms and then like think through it.
Yeah.
Because like if on mushrooms you're like, no, this is fine, then like it's totally fine.
Right.
I guess. I don't know. I think it's an oversimplification. But it's also
You,
like,
you have to take a hallucinogen to fully gain clarity.
I
on
believe in
whether-
mushrooms a little too much, I think.
yeah, because I did them and went home and told on myself, which was not the right move.
wait.
You haven't heard the story?
No.
When I was 14 years old, you haven't heard the story?
No.
How much time did we got?
I mean, we got as much time as you want.
This is one of my best stories. So when I was 14, I'd smoked pot like twice before, and I was like, I want to do mushrooms. So we got them from my brother's friend. We kind of like, I wouldn't blackmail him, but we're like, dude, we're just going to keep getting high off cough medicine if you don't sell us mushrooms. So we were like 14. He was like 16 or 17. And he sold us mushrooms, and we didn't eat breakfast. We didn't eat lunch. We didn't in like a country club bathroom.
Yeah.
And we went to this giant abandoned lot on this hill. Tripped balls, had a great time. We went to my friend's house. Okay, so I read this. This all tie around. It all makes sense. So I read somewhere that milk will make you stop tripping, and orange juice will increase the trip.
Yeah.
It's fucking bullshit. Like, none of that's real. But I was 14, so I was like, I believe this.
Yeah.
So we're at this woman's house. We're having fun, and then she turns on Tangled. And there's this song in Tangled called Mother Knows Best. And it's like, Mother knows best, don't disobey your mother. And I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm completely disobeying my mom. And I start
Better get out the milk.
and I start having like the worst trip of my life. And I'm like, because your perception of time is all fucked up. I'm like, I've been tripping for 14 hours, and it's been 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm fucked. And I look at my friend Amanda, and I was like, do you have any milk? My buddy Sean goes, don't fucking do it. He goes, don't fucking do it. And she has no idea what we're talking about. And so I go into her kitchen, and I just grab a gallon of milk, and I look Sean straight in the face. I swear to God, I said, this ends now. And this is like, I'm like tripping fucking balls. Like, I'm having visuals like the ceiling is turning into like crazy it's coming down.
Yeah.
It literally looks like
Yeah.
it's falling in. All the trees outside have like weird fucking old Benjamin Franklin like faces on them.
Yeah.
And the milk didn't do anything, so I started freaking out even more. I was like, fuck. And I was like, the milk didn't work. And then I'm like, I'm stuck like this forever.
Yeah.
So she's like, you guys have to get the fuck out of my house. Because like I'm spilling milk. Sean's like yelling at me. And so she kicks us out. And it's at the middle of a fucking thunderstorm in Florida. And I'm like, I got to just go home. Because I just got to tell my parents what's going on. Like, they're the only ones that get me out of this. I'm probably like mentally insane. I'm going to be stuck in a psych ward. This is like the worst trip I've ever had.
Yeah.
And we were walking home. And I'm like, let's just go home. My buddy Sean's like, we'll play it cool. I was like, yeah, we'll play it cool. And I'm like, I'm going to fucking tell on this like immediately. The second I walk in the door.
Fucking rat, dude.
Because there's, I walk in and there's like a sofa couch here. And I was like, I have to tell you guys something. And my buddy Sean is behind them going like, do not tell anybody. Do not tell them. And I said I took mushrooms. And my mom screamed because she thought I was like poisoned. She thought we took them off the ground.
Oh.
So she thought we were like, and I was like, no, we got them from like a drug dealer. And she goes, okay. And she puts us in like her bedroom and turns on like Romeo and Juliet. And
Your mom sounds like she does mushrooms all the time.
no, she doesn't. But
I know the cure.
Yeah.
Bring out the milk and Romeo and Juliet.
But she's like, he's 14, so she's like, we can't. Like, she's like, we could seriously psychologically disturb him. If you like.
Yeah.
So I look over at my buddy Sean. I'm like, right now, the last person we want to know we're on drugs knows we're on drugs. We're already fucked. So we might as well just have fun. And
Yeah.
tomorrow, worry about it. And she'd come by every couple minutes, be like, you guys doing fine? And my dad would just come by and go, like that. And I remember the next day she took me to like a she took me to like a private school I was supposed to go to. And it was like an abandoned campus. And she's like, you're going to go to school here. It's like an intimidation thing. And it was just... It's like an empty campus. She's just
It
yelling
looks
at me.
nice.
Yeah. But the funny thing was, I remember we were going on the way to pick up Boston Market. And in my head, I'm still tripping. And I'm like, they're bringing us to rehab. Like, I was like, just watching it, like, if we hit a red light, we got to get out of the car. Because they're for sure taking us to rehab. But the crazy thing is, like, it is interesting. Because, like, that was probably a bad idea. It's also funny because I've watched the movie since then. And that was the evil stepmom trying to stop Rapunzel from exploring the real world.
Oh, dude.
So my mom was the bad person
Yeah.
trying to block me off from seeing the magical color mushroom land. So I
Yeah.
should've-
Your mom is Ron DeSantis, dude.
Exactly. Yeah. But the crazy part is, like, as I was walking, I kept looking at my friend, and we were walking at the same pace. And I was like, he looks identical to me. I was like, he looks like the same person. I go, we're the same person. I realized I'm following his footsteps, and I was like, I do not want to become this guy because he was like a total fuck up.
Yeah.
And the next year, I like changed my life completely, and he's dead now. But
Oh my
I
God.
and I,
Whoa,
and I like
shit.
and I completely changed my life because of that.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
But I shouldn't have gone home. And
I
told
like how the
myself.
moral of that story is milk serves no purpose in the universe
Yeah,
at all.
yeah.
I actually did hear that orange juice slows it down.
No, it's supposed to increase it
Oh, really?
because the acidity is supposed to like break it up faster, so it's more intense.
Okay.
Oh, that's like I think it's called like lemon tacking.
Yes, you're supposed to
shrooms,
lemon juice. Yeah.
I think it shortens the trip, but it like amplifies it.
I think that maybe does something because I have
Yeah.
noticed it, but I think that's probably more of it just breaking down your stomach. So like if you had some sort of like, also the empty stomach makes it increase faster. It's just like alcohol or anything like
Right.
that.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Well, I think we reached the end of this podcast here, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. thanks for
Do
having
you have anything you'd like to promote?
Please listen to the Morning Good podcast.
Yes.
On my name on Instagram is Michael Good Comedy. I believe my name on YouTube is Michael Good Comedy. Episode 3, we have a transracial woman on. That's one of the least funny episodes. It gets better further on, but if you just want to
I
listen to something
bet.
weird,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
listen to that. Most episodes are on Spotify and Apple, but the newer episodes are on YouTube. Comes out every Sunday. Michael Good Comedy. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll follow you back if you said you heard me on this podcast.
Oh,
Shit.
Yeah, but if you, or you could just say I heard you on the podcast, but don't follow me back if you want to keep your shit private. I don't know. If you're,
yeah.
but I will follow you back if you say you heard me on the or the News from Bed podcast.
News from
Untitled
Bed, yeah.
podcast.
The
Or,
Untitled
I actually
Podcast?
just changed it to News from Bed.
all right,
That's
perfect.
awesome.
It's a better name.
Yeah, I'd like. Yeah.
There's like 19 untitled podcasts. I have the least successful one. Surya, what do you got?
God, that was a clean plug, dude. It's like it sounded rehearsed, man. No, I mean like I have no podcast, but you can follow me on Instagram. My handle's just Surya Deer, SURYADEER.
Yeah. Don't you have a little show?
I do. I have a monthly show at. Thanks, Dad. I mean, Patty. I have a monthly show at Star Bar in Bushwick called Launch Party. We're skipping June, but July we've got a pretty sick lineup.
Whoa.
I haven't booked it yet, but it's gonna be dope.
It's going to be Matt Rife.
It's gonna be Matt Rife, Ryan O'Toole, and Brownface, and yeah, fucking. That's it. Just 30 minutes
two.
each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Do you guys want to sing the News from Bed song?
It's news
News
from
from
bed,
bed.
and in the
Bed
bed
we do news. All right. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You do that every